Joining us now from contemporary Asian theater scene, CATS, as it's known here in the South Bay, is Leianne Lam. She is the president, and I think one of the founders as well. No? Okay, she's the president, and that's good enough for us. Leianne, thanks a lot. Good to see you again.
Thank you so much for having me, Robert.
We were talking to Cam a little bit earlier on, and I made the kind of the parallel that CATS is sort of the same way. I remember when it was sort of a small group of people pushing for that, cultural enlightenment among the AAPI community, and now the annual festival is like a mark on your calendar kind of event for a lot of people. So when you step back, isn't it kind of nice to see not only kind of that support, but also this kind of an achievement?
Absolutely. We have been not around for 44, but 30 years, 3 decades in Silicon Valley. And that's a time when there was no representation of Asian Americans on screen, on stage. One of our first really fun events that we had annually was an Asian comedy night. And so we had Ali Wong. We sort of started Ali Wong, Hassan Minaj, Dat Van, and a number of other comedians at that time, and because there was no representation on stage, especially comedy shows.
And I always think, because we have a lot of comedians on here, because I think stand-up comics are sort of the social commentators, and when there aren't any from your community, it's missing a voice.
Absolutely. I think representation was so critical. When people come to our events, I think someone actually said it was spiritual because they had no idea that there was so many arts, so many cultures, so many voices and important stories to be shared.
Let's talk about the May 2nd event you have coming up. Tell us a little bit. It's a staged reading. Tell us a little bit about that.
We are so excited on May 2nd to bring our second commissioned work. We are bringing Min Kahng, who is a legendary playwright. He's been with the Theater Works and with a number of different films and plays. But Min has actually created a story called Aftermath Liturgy. It's a story of how when your personal identity and faith come at a crossroads and you need to react. You need to do something about it. You need to be honest with yourself.
Interesting. That's on May 2nd at the Wesley Methodist Church in San Jose's Japantown. How can people find out more about that event, including how to go to it?
They need to go to catsasiantheaterscene.org or go to our website or social media. Latest news there.
You already know that I have a ticket to that event, so I'll be at that one. But you also have one coming up on July 7th, which is the July 11th, with Jeffrey Lowe, AAPI Playwright Festival. Tell us a little bit about that. It's a little far ahead. We're going to have you back before then. But tell us a little bit about that event.
We are so excited to bring our 3rd annual Asian American Playwright Festival to bear. If you want to have original works, 6 new playwrights who are emerging and established, pure community excitement, and a place where you can learn, where you can laugh, where you can embrace your stories and learn a lot of about different cultures. It's a wonderful event, and it's full of heart.
Yeah, we have talked over the years about the evolution of what's being presented, whether it's at the film festival or stand-up comics. What they used to talk about used to be sort of Japanese American internment, sort of historical things. Now when you go to the festival, when you go to some of these staged readings and everything, you get to hear a different type of message now. AAPI artists sort of flexing their muscles, talking a little about things that maybe at one time they might have been uncomfortable talking about, and maybe the community was even a little uncomfortable to hear about. That's quite a change, though, when you think about it, in terms of what's being represented, what's being put out there.
Yeah, that's so true. Now our stories are universal. It is a journey that anyone can really relate to. In this situation, Min Kahng, our playwright, is actually sharing his lived experience. Yeah, he's definitely been part of the church before, and now he's at a point where he has to look at his own identity, and does the church really meet those needs now? And where does your home, where does it move towards? What's exciting about it, it's as Min's expertise is, he's also a musical theater composer. So this is going to be full of music. It's going to be full of projections and audience participation.
Oh, very
so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a sort of, I think, his most experimental piece so far. So I'd really encourage people who want not a little bit of theater, but definitely an experience of being with people and expressing themselves and getting to the heart of who they are.
You know, one of the things I thought was very interesting about these kind of events, like staged readings and the festivals, is that people in the AAPI community, and of course anybody who's interested in the AAPI community, they kind of get to see the works kind of being put together. They get to see the inspiration. They get to kind of see where these ideas come from. They're not just looking at the finished product, but when they attend these events, they get to kind of see the AAPI artist's mind at work and where these ideas generate from, huh?
Exactly. One exciting thing is our first commission reading was with Jeffrey Lowe, and that was called The Foundation. We had that in November. That's his first reading, and actually it was at San Francisco Playhouse just recently, a few weeks ago. And you can see how the place, the piece actually evolves from where it started with feedback from the audience, because there will be a talkback opportunity at each point, and how the playwright takes those into consideration and evolves the piece so it's deeper, it's tighter. The character might have more development, and the same thing will go for the May 2nd event. There'll be a talk back and discussion.
Yes. Before we wrap up, though, like something I talked to Cam about, which is supporting the supporters. What does CATS need? What are your needs in order to be able to continue doing what you do?
Thank you for asking, Robert. It's so important we go through our traditional routes of going for grants, but our love, our heart really comes from our community. I think it's really important, especially with times the way they are. Most of the funding really needs to come from individuals. That is a growing dependency that we will definitely have. We need people to actually come out to our events, donate to our organization, because we do both theater and film, and developmental on young artists. So we definitely try to address what the community needs, and we hope they come back and join us and support us.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, CATS, very much an organization that deserves support. Leianne Lamb, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you much, Robert.
All right.